Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is part 3 of What If Naruto is the Reincarnation of Suzaku and Lelouch. So yeah, part 3. So, so, so the last thing I left off was at where Naruto and his 7 nightmares were at the, what's it called, Mist Village, and of course Naruto trained them to, well, the Mist, ninjas to, be able to, what's it called, create the nightmares. Not the nightmare for humans, but to create the nightmares for robots. Naruto's the only one to have the ability to create nightmare human soldiers or whatever. So yeah, he has 7 and all of them have different abilities. Lightning, crystal, ice, water, earth, I think I said. Zabuza's one was a nightmare, so I forgot what it is. But yeah, he's a nightmare. And of course Haku is another nightmare. So yeah. So Naruto, he also does have his like Zero sword. And of course he does wear similar clothes to what Zero does wear. And he wears these clothes instead of being like wearing like a ninja shinobi clothes or whatever. Because he kind of built up his what's called sort of a public power in the Mist Village to being one of like, how should I say it, a helper towards the Mizukage, or a prince, king, however you like to say it. But yeah, he is someone that helps the Mizukage and some things if the Mizukage, I don't know, one day just got sick or something. So a vice person, yeah. But he's also the, what's it called, the grader for the nightmares. So one of the scientists. And also one of the persons for the military power. If the Mizukage wanted to do something like attack a village, Naruto needs to be there to think about like sending some of the nightmares in to attack the village. But if it's just a small village that won't even need that many nightmares to attack, they won't send that many nightmares. But Naruto right now is 16. No, not 16. He is 18. I want to change up the whole ages, okay? So, of course, Zabuza, whatever age he was, I forgot what, in original canon when Naruto met him, put 6 years for him. Same with Haku. I think Haku was 15. Now he's, yeah, he was 15. Now he's 21, I think so. Wait, isn't that? So yeah, Haku is 21 and Zabuza is however age he was. I don't think they ever mentioned how old Zabuza was. So yeah. So I'm gonna say he's like around how should I say? 31. Yeah, that's correct. So that's how old Zabuza is, and of course for being a nightmare he gets to live a lot longer. And of course, he is still in his prime. Because the nightmare ability still helps him and all that. Same with the other, what's called, nightmares. They are still very powerful. And they are called the 7 nightmares. Since Naruto has actually put the, what's called, the Black Knight symbols on them. On like their left shoulder. And then, of course, like, on, like, their shirt or clothing they're wearing, like, right next to their, like, heart, shows what's called the, Code Geass symbol. Since they are basically from an army for Naruto. Or, like, elites for Naruto. Now, Naruto has what's called, how should I say, created other nightmares like other people, but they are similar, not very strong nightmares. Nightmare humans, since they had lower infinity towards whatever ability. Some people actually had very powerful infinity to genjutsu, and they actually became a very powerful nightmare genjutsu user. Same with like taijutsu and others. Well, like taijutsu, the people that can only be good at taijutsu and all that, they actually did get an affinity for whatever. Like, if they just had only taijutsu, they did kind of get an ability of fire or water, or yeah. But since it's called the Mist Village is only about using water, wind, and earth, since there's not really any fire in there. Probably lightning, but I don't think so. But yeah, so Naruto is just sitting in his office. Of course, his 7 nightmares are training the other nightmares. So the 7 elite nightmares that Naruto has are training the other lower ranked nightmares to become better at their nightmare powers. And of course, Naruto has trained people to actually drive the nightmare robots. So, yeah. So, Naruto is just waiting and all that. He's just sitting. So, let me go back to the Leaf Village. What happened to the Leaf Village? Hiruzen did die. Of course, Tsunade had it to become the new 5th Hokage, even though she didn't like it. A bunch of people did die during the whole attack between Naruto's nightmares and also the sound and sand ninjas. So a lot of people died between those 3 ninjas, except for the nightmares being alive and Naruto. So yeah. Kakashi was sort of hurt in that battle, so he only lose an arm. Of course, Tsunade tried to heal him all that for like trying to repair his arm and all that. But of course, they didn't really have the technology to repair his arm, so Kakashi only had 1 arm. So Kakashi had to do a mastery of only using 1 hand style jutsus. So all those copy jutsus that Kakashi had, he can't really actually how should I say, activate them, because usually they needed 2 hands, or yeah. So Kakashi only had to train in like 5 jutsus, which allowed him to only use 1 hand style. Now Sasuke, of course, he was his body was taken over by Orochimaru, because Sasuke wasn't willing to go with him for power, and so Orochimaru had to switch his body really fast. So of course, at that time when Orochimaru did get the whole 1 arm removed, he still switched his body with Sasuke. So yeah, took his body over. Now, Jiraiya is someone that helps Tsunade. Yeah, Jiraiya is actually kind of sad. Let me say that again. He is kind of sad that Naruto betrayed the village to actually send in to Robo. Now, the civilian council was just freaking out at that point where Naruto betrayed the village. They thought that the loyal Uchiha will be to stop the demon. Yeah, the problem is Naruto already took out Sasuke, so yeah, guess what? They got F'd in that fucking round. Now, the civilians and others don't even know where Naruto went, or where those like giant robots kind of went. Now, when Jiraiya tried to use his spy network to find Naruto, when he tried to go into the Mist Village, his spies, yeah, they easily got destroyed. They got killed. How? It's because Naruto has a nightmare. He has multiple nightmares that are sensors. And what I mean by sensors are like detectors of people like spying ninjas. So, when of course Jiraiya's spies try to go into what's called the Mist Village, yeah, they easily get killed, since Naruto has those nightmares to protect the information from the Mist Village, or not Mist Village, from anyone. So Cloud Village has tried, that didn't really work. Let me say that again. The Stone Village, they tried, they died. Sand Village, the same. so no one can actually get into the Mist Village. They still think that probably because what's called Kieran's in war with what's called the Olds. What? Not Kieran. What am I talking about? The Mist Village is still in war with the whole bloodline purchase and all that. Perch. But that's just because no one actually from what's it called? The Mist Village has actually told everyone that there's no more war. It's just people keep thinking because that's why their ninjas come back dead or haven't even come back. So yeah, so everyone around the whole five great nations just ignore the Mist Village. Yeah, worst freaking thing for you to do, ignore a problem. Or not even a problem, ignore something that's about to become a problem. Now, the Mist Village wasn't much of like, how should I say, a problem. It's cause instead of like getting like more shinobis, it got more military power by other things. So normal civilians don't even need to become a shinobi. They can become nightmare, what's called, not nightmare holders. They can become, what's called, nightmare drivers for the robot nightmares. They just gotta take a basic learning on how to fly them and all that. Not many nightmares will crash, because of course Naruto has to teach people, and those people teach those civilians and all that. So, some kids in the Mist Village, some kids want to become ninjas, some kids want to become nightmare human soldiers, and some kids want to become nightmare drivers. The nightmare drivers for the robots. So they have about a wide range of what they want to become. So some also want to become either a spy, some want to become just a normal civilian, some just want to like help their parents whole and all that, and their whole business and all that. So yeah. So the Mist Village doesn't really trade with not many people around the whole five great nations. They trade with some of the smaller nations, like the how should I say? So the Waterfall Village is where Naruto actually went towards, so they can actually get rid of their contract with the no, not the what's it called Waterfall Village. So the Water Village trade with like the other smaller villages, like the Flower Island, or I remember half these villages, half of these islands having civilian. So I'm gonna just say they do have what's called civilians. So mostly the water village, the Mist Village, did trade with like the other villages that are on islands. Even the snow what's called village. Well, they had to do a what's called mission there first to help a actress kid to become a princess in the whole what's called village, in the snow village. And of course Naruto had to go with some of his nightmares. So when Naruto and of course Sabuza and Haku and also two low-ranking Chunin nightmares came along to protect Naruto, but Naruto was just doing this mission because he wanted to explore some of the world to see if he can collect more people to join his elite nightmares. So of course they were escorting this whole princess. I forgot her name. Yeah, damn it, I forgot her name. So when Naruto, okay, he's 18, of course. He had to bring this princess named Koyoki. Koyoki was, of course, a stubborn person, and Naruto could care less about her, but of course, Naruto was just there with his like two elite nightmares, Haku and Sabuza, with two lower Chunin nightmares. So of course, when those like four ninjas tried to attack for Koyuki and all the snow ninjas, they easily got destroyed by Zabuza and Haku. Haku using ice style to easily destroy them, and Zabuza just slicing them down. Naruto barely even moving a finger easily killed what's called a leader. How? Naruto uses Gyos ability just to make him commit suicide. So of course they go back into the boat, and the director's like, "Whoa, that was amazing." And Koyoki was just so well. She can see what's it called. The two tuning nightmares. They are sort of protecting her, while the two elite nightmares from what's it called, the Mist Village, actually doing work. But the leader of the group is mysterious to her, so she is kind of confused. Now Koyoki in this one, she is older than the original canon. So yeah. And Naruto just ignores her half the time. Like, Naruto just thinks she's just a waste of time for him. Like, he's trying to look for more people to join the nightmares. The elite nightmares. So, when Naruto just decides to just sleep in his own bed, and of course, the two Chunin nightmares are protecting what's called Koyoki's like whole room and all that. But Zabuza is staying up just to wake up, just to stay where Naruto's bed is at. Because, yeah, Naruto's sort of a leader and all that. It was sort of dumb of Naruto to come along since he's a leader and all that. But Naruto can care less. He can, like, deal enemies on his own pretty easily. So, yeah. So, when Koyoki decides to go into the whole snow village, blah, blah, well, not snow village, they are going towards the whole snow place to make a movie and all that. When, of course, Koyoki's, like, whole uncle, like, tried to attack the, well, Koyoki did try to escape the whole, how should I say, not directors, the, how should I say, the, fuck, I forgot their name. But the people that direct the whole movie, she tried to escape, and Naruto found her and said, "Where do you think you're going?" And she says, well, Koyoki says, "First of all, you don't know anything about my life. You can fuck off, you person," with, because Naruto does have the freaking Zero suit and all that. And so Koyoki saying, "Fuck off. You don't know anything about being some kind of important person." And Naruto says, "You realize I am actually one of the head leaders of what's it called, the Mist Village. I just came here to actually look for more people to see if they would like to join the Mist Village army." And Koyoki's like, "Wait, if you're a leader, why the hell are you here?" Naruto says, "Because I can. Hello, I used to be a shinobi. Of course I'm gonna know how to easily defeat my enemies. I'm not stupid, okay? Now, come on, let's go back so I can actually go find more nightmares users to actually maybe help me in my battle between the Leaf Village. I need more allies anyway." Now, Koyoki goes along with Naruto. Of course, Naruto hears a weird sound of a train coming. Naruto, he like kind of uses, well, the Nine Tails power to actually run faster than the train. Already easily gets out of the train, jumps up, and of course the train comes along, and her uncle, Koyoki's uncle Don, I forgot his name, like says, "Koyoki, where are you?" And Naruto says, "Who the fuck is this person?" Of course, the other elite nightmares and Suzaku, Haku, and the two tuning nightmares are all hiding. And of course, Koyoki's like bodyguard, like said, "We are here to protect Koyoki." Blah blah blah. And Naruto says, "Are they stupid?" Koyoki was like, "What the?" And Naruto like puts Koyoki down on the ground, because yes, Naruto still was holding Koyoki. But Naruto just like put her down on the ground, and he just used an ability. Of course, he does know a lot of jutsus and all that, because he did read a bunch of jutsu and all that. So the jutsu he does, Wind Saw, Wind Tornado. And a giant wind tornado just started just smashing into the what's called terrain. Of course, Koyoki's uncle's like, "What the hell's going on?" And of course, Koyoki, well, not Koyoki's, Koyuki's uncle, what's called Elite Four Sound Ninjas, Snow Ninjas got defeated easily by Naruto's elites. And Naruto just said, well, I wonder if this would come here faster. And then he realized that, of course, a nightmare that is from the Mist Village can't really come all the way over here. Because probably some hardware will probably freeze before coming over here. And getting in and actually smashing the train. So, of course, he tells his elite, what's called Nightmares and Chunin Nightmares to get ready to fight. So they all rush at them. And of course, Sabaza just slashes through the train pretty easily. Haku using Ice Style to easily freeze multiple of the targets, people from actually before firing. And of course, Koyuki's uncle. I keep forgetting. I'm just gonna call him Koyuki's uncle because I can't remember his name. Like, he was like, what is happening? Naruto comes out of nowhere and just stab his sword through his chest, hitting the little circle pearl, whatever, and already killing the guy. So Naruto already kills him, and Koyuki is now gonna become the whole Snow Princess. Since a lot of things have actually been changed by Naruto. So yeah, Naruto just tells Koyuki to go, blah blah blah, and yeah, Koyuki becomes the Snow Princess. She does remember a lot of things, and she does want to help her people now. And Naruto is just like sort of making an alliance with the Snow Village. So when Naruto made an alliance with Koyuki and all that in her village, like Koyuki did say, so wait, we're gonna share military power? Naruto says something like that. If you want to, I'm not saying you need to, blah blah blah. And then Koyuki says, so wait, if you become the Kage of the Mist Village, don't we gotta make a what's called marriage relationship or whatever thing for the Mist Village and the Snow Village? Naruto says, I'm only a head leader of the mostly military power. I'm not a Kage, and no, we're not doing that. Koyuki sort of saddened. Naruto usually doesn't have that many emotions and can't really see through those emotions half the time. Because he basically has sort of what's called Suzaku's emotions, and Suzaku barely even noticed that much about love or anything. Lelouch can actually see because he was smart, but still he was sort of blunt to it. And I mean, then again, Lelouch did go like sort of on what's called on crack on that one time. But never mind. So Naruto just said no, we're not doing that. So Naruto then leaves, and of course, he does get more like Snow Ninjas to actually help him and all that. Well, Snow Ninjas that Koyuki like told him about and all that. For him to make nightmares and all that. So of course the military power kind of just become much stronger and all that. And then, of course, Naruto after that just heard about the Akatsuki and all that. And of course he did get some what's called elite nightmares that were very powerful enough to go into his Elite 7. So now it kind of became Elite 8. Well, not Elite 8, Elite 9 nightmares. Since the 9th one was the very powerful Genjutsu user, that was a nightmare. And yeah. So the other one was the Snow user. Yeah. Naruto and the nightmares were gonna go out to actually get rid of the Akatsuki real fast. So they managed to find what's called Kakuzu and Hiron. Of course, what's it called? Two of his nightmares like decide to take him out and all that. What, take out Kakuzu? Well, one being the crystal user and the other being the lightning user. The lightning user uses lightning really fast to take out all of Kakuzu's hearts and easily kill him, while the crystal style kind of just seal what's called Hidan away forever. So yeah. That was easily taken out. Deidara and Sorcery still went after the whole one-tail Shinchuriki. Now, Gara wasn't really much change. Actually, the thing what happened, Gara was actually the new Shinchuriki for what's called the Leaf Village. His emotions did kind of change and all that, but not much. So of course, Deidara and Sorcery wanted to go after the One Tails, but they couldn't, so they kind of had it to go after the Nine Tails or the Three Tails. The Three Tails. But when they get there, a bunch of like how should I say? A bunch of like nightmare detectors and others kind of realized that two Akatsuki members were about to approaching. And I'm not saying that Naruto took a bunch of nightmares to go at Nightmares Elite to go after the Akatsuki. It's just Naruto ordered some of them. Now Naruto is still in the village and he did heard that some Akatsuki members are approaching. So Naruto tell a bunch of nightmares, robot users, robot drivers, and also some nightmare tuning Gennins and probably Chonins to get ready just in case if these people attack. So Deidara and Sasori was like, so we just gotta find the information to find the six tails and three tails, right? And Sasori said, yeah, can you shut up already? And a bunch of fucking missiles just launched at them. Now Sasori and Deidara just widened their eyes. They were like, holy fuck. Now Deidara managed to, well, they both get knocked out of the bird and all that. Deidara had to make another clay bird, but before he can do that, he gets shot multiple times by a light machine gun. Now, these robots, Nightmare Sword have machine guns and rockets. They don't really have enough technology to go into like lasers or laser swords and all that. Well, not mostly the how should I call it? Not mostly the normal like nightmare drivers, but the elite nightmare drivers they do have some of these technology and all that. Now, of course, Deidara gets shot in his arm and can't use it no more. So he tried to use his other arm. And of course, other nightmares like use this their like sword and all that. No, their sword isn't like a laser sword or anything. It's just a normal sword, and they kind of just slice at Deidara in half. Slice them into four bits, just four pieces. In half and in between. Yep. Now, Sasori was sort of falling down, and of course, when he fell down, he managed to use the puppet as a sort of safe landing. But of course, when he was in the ground, multiple Genin, Chunin, and Jonin nightmares were all around him. So of course, when Sasori tried to use his puppets or tried to control other people's for chakra points and all that, wasn't really happening. Since these nightmares' abilities kind of block out other, how should I say, if someone tries to control them with like chakra, either genjutsu or string, chakra strings, or the Sharingan, it really doesn't work on them. So Naruto actually has made a, what's it called, the three chosen Shiriki, Yagara, into a nightmare. Yeah, he managed to put him into a nightmare. So, even though what's called, Naruto could kind of put some people as nightmares, but some actually died and all that. Yagare actually became a what's called nightmare. So of course Genjutsu won't work on him. So basically Sharingan won't work on him. Also, trying to extract the what's called three tails from Yagare won't kill Yagare at all because the nightmare does give him a longer life span. So even though his three tails is gone, or well, if it did happen, which is not really gonna happen since Sasori is absolutely just getting his ass beat by all of the Miss Village ninjas that were nightmare turning, and they do still stay either rank up or they rank down. Yeah, or they stay the same rank because they didn't have a very powerful infinity. Some of the Kekkei users, like from the Mist Village, they did survive multiple of them. So multiple of them sort of became either Jonin rank with Ka ninjas. Now, what's it called? The what's it called? Now, the Mist Village, how should I say? So yeah, Sasori, Deidara, Hiran, and Kakuzu are all dead, and well, except for Hiran, he's just sealed away. So Naruto and the other elite, what's it called, nightmares, went back to their what's it called Mist Village, and of course, when they are back into the Mist Village, they are planning their next moves on to either attack, what's it called, other villages for more military power to get more nightmares, or attack the Akazis. Which they think to get rid of the Akazis would be the best effort first, before going to actually go attack some, what's it called, like villages, like the five great nations, but not the five, the four great nations, like fire, what's it called, wind, lightning, and earth. Since, yeah, those are the four great nations. The Mist Village doesn't really count as one. Well, I mean, it would count as one, but of course they'd rather not be counted as one. So, when, what's it called? Naruto just decides to think, okay, we'll now find out the other Akatsuki members. So, of course, Naruto had what's called nightmares that he turned into. So their chakra suppression, all that, they can actually be great spies because no one can actually sense their chakra. Unless it's a Byakugan user, but yeah. But all of that, no one else can find their chakra signature or anything. So those nightmares kind of be released into the whole five great nations. And when those nightmares came back after like 5 months, they found out the Akatsuki are changed into plants and going into these Jinchurikis that are going after them. The 4 tails, the 5 tails, the 6, well yeah, they're still going after the 6 tails, 3 tails. The 6 tails and 3 tails are actually going to be captured by Itachi and Kisame. And when Zabuza heard about Kisame, the back net traitor, he was like, I'm gonna kill him. And Naruto has heard of Itachi. He's like, interesting. And Naruto then says, how about Orochimaru? Orochimaru is what you call not really attacking anyone. He's right now, I think, searching up for something else. So since Orochimaru does have Sasuke's body, he's actually searching for what's called Itachi, where he should be at. So of course Orochimaru is actually going to the Mist Village now. That's not for the whole Jinchurikis, but mostly for the Itachi. So if you want to know how what's called Itachi looks like, not Itachi, how Orochimaru looks like. Orochimaru just looks like with his pure golden yellow slick eyes, but of course they can turn into the Sharingan. And of course he managed to find out how to turn them into the MS, but he needs to find out how to turn them into an EMS, the internal. Here we find out. He found out that he has to take Itachi's eye to replace him with his to make them internal. And Orochimaru should thank, well, he's gonna find what's called Naruto and thank him about Sasuke's body and all that. But yeah. So, when they get there after a couple of days, Kisame and Itachi kind of got this rude awakening. Same with Orochimaru. Since, well, not rude awakening, but Orochimaru managed to find what's called Itachi and start fighting him. And Kisame was like, whatever, I'm gonna go get the 3 tails. But Kisame had this rude awakening when he had to go against Zabuza in his nightmare state. Well, I mean, Sabusa is already. Well, I mean, he was already all the time in his nightmare state, but yeah. And Kisami's like, "Who are you?" Sabusa's like, "You don't remember me after betraying me?" And what's it called? Kisami said, "Oh, I remember. Yeah, Sabusa, I remember. Mm-hmm." And Sabusa says, "Fuck you." And Kisami's like, "No thanks," and then just tries to get slashed until, of course, Kisami uses Samehara to try to kill Sabusa. So when what's it called? Kisami uses Samehara at Zabuza grabs his what's called right hand and just grabs Samehara. Now, of course, Samehara could have just drained his chakra, but the problem is, Zabuza has a metal claw, sort of. It isn't chakra or anything, and his hand isn't made of that much chakra. He can sort of like move his chakra between things, and so Samehara can't really tread through what's called uh, Zabuza's like armor and all that, or also get his chakra. And so what Kisame does, well not Kisame, Zabuza does is just crush Samehara into breaking it. And of course, Kisame was shocked, but of course he's so shocked that he doesn't realize that Zabuza already threw his like executioner at Kisame's neck while killing Kisame. So Naruto is just like watching this, and of course Itachi is fighting against Orochimaru Sasuke. Orochimaru? Yeah. I tried to combine their names, but I get it. So, of course, Orochimaru is easily beating up Itachi because Itachi is pretty sick. And of course Itachi is still angry at the fact that Orochimaru took over Sasuke's body. And well, since that happened, they're just fighting each other until they ran low on chakra. And since that happened, Naruto kind of came out after that and just walked towards him. The nightmares kind of went behind him, the elite nightmares. Even Zabuza after he was done. Naruto was like, Orochimaru, Itachi, what are you two? I already know why you two are here. Orochimaru was here for you, Itachi, and you, Itachi, are here for me. Or mostly the three toes, right? Or the six toes. And Itachi's like, Naruto, I tell you in the Leaf Village. No, I'm not. That is not. My replacement is, I think, Gara, the one-tailed Shinchurki. I think that was my replacement. No, I stayed here for a while. In the Mist Village, helping it out. Getting their military powerful enough to destroy Konoha. And Itachi, when he heard that, he's like, I'm not letting that happen. I'm going to say that again. He said, I'm not going to let that happen. Using Tsukiyomi on what's called Naruto. Naruto activates his Gyal's abilities and easily blocks what's called Itachi Tsukiyomi. How? Well, Naruto kind of used what's it called Gyas. And Gyas is another ability from what's it called? From the world. It really doesn't need chakra to use it. So instead of what's it called, Naruto being this Genjutsu, instead Itachi fall into what's called the manipulation of Naruto, and when that happened, Naruto just tells Orochimaru to hurry up and kill him or something, and Orochimaru does it, takes out Itachi's eyes and switch him out. And then Naruto then asks Orochimaru, after me helping you again with something like this, I need you to make me an alliance so I can get stronger and all that. And Orochimaru says, you really think I'm gonna let that happen? Huh. Even after you destroy Konoha, I won't let you have any more power. And Naruto says, I knew you were gonna let that say. So, of course, his elite nightmares already killed what's called Orochimaru, and Orochimaru coughs up blood and then dies. Of course, his elite nightmares already took out what's called Orochimaru's eyes and all that, and put them in the jar. Now Naruto is saying, well, there goes a problem. Now it's Kabuto's problem. So how Kabuto died is Naruto sent out some nightmare assassins just to kill him. So yeah, Naruto's just like thinking, okay, what should I go next? So they go after the remainder Akatsuki members. So they find the remainder Akatsuki members like Pain, Obito, Conan, and how should I say, Black Zetsu in a cave. So when Naruto found out the last couple of members, Naruto just told his nightmares to take out the leftover Akatsuki members. Even though Pain tried to use his Rinnegan to like bring Naruto in closer to him, Naruto uses his Geass to actually take control of the Deva Path Pain. And the Deva Path Pain actually just started fighting the other Pains. So Obito notices and Obito tries to go after Naruto. Of course, when Obito tried to, he kind of had a rude awakening when he had to fight against Yagure. Yagure looked so different. Mostly had a bunch of like nightmare stuff all around his body. Well, like nightmare equipment and all that. So, of course, Obito tries to put him in the Genjutsu. Yagure says that the Genjutsu doesn't work on him. And so, Yagure just go fight against Obito. Of course, Conan tries to fight against Naruto. Of course, I've been saying of course a lot. Multiple nightmares kind of came out of nowhere and killed Conan easily. Then when Black Zetsu comes to try to escape, he easily gets trapped in ice crystals. And then some of the there were some ninjas kind of just sealing Black Zetsu and White Zetsu away. And, well, the last members, of course, are Nagato and, well, Obito. Obito is trying to escape, but of course, he's getting his, like, well, he can't even use Kamui because that would mean one of the nightmares actually coming along and actually killing him. So, when, of course, Obito tried again, Naruto used Geass to stop him. And of course, Obito can feel that his body is being, well, controlled. He can't do anything. Instead, Naruto makes Obito just pull out a kunai and slit his throat. So that's what basically Obito does. And of course, he gets one of the pains to tell where is the original user of the pains, and the Deva Path just leads him to Nagato. Of course, Naruto then tells the Deva Path to, I don't know, just jump off and kill yourself. Naruto sees Nagato. Nagato tries to do almighty push, but some nightmares just protect Naruto by just blocking the attack. It was kind of weak. So when Naruto gets closer, he looks at the Rinnegan and just says, "Your eyes would be super great. Not for me, but to make a very powerful weapon. I'm not thinking of making myself a powerful weapon. I'm just a strategist. That doesn't mean anything. Now die." And Nagato says, "You think I'm gonna cut his head off?" And Naruto leaves after that. So the only Jinchuriki that was sort of captured was... No, there was none of the Jinchurikis that was captured. Since all Jinchurikis were kind of safe because of Naruto's, like, nightmare group. But, of course, after that, they get back to the Mist Village. Sorry about that. So, when they get back to the village, this is where I'm gonna kind of leave it off. The next episode will probably be the end. But yeah, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato sleep, potato potato. Um, I'm probably gonna be finishing this in part 4. But yeah, have a nice. Put that on.